Good evening, guys.
Recording in progress.
Thank you so much for joining tonight's session. We're going to continue today. It's Wednesday, and how's your day going? How's your day,
A little
guys?
bit tired, coach.
Tired, I
I
imagine.
feel
All right.
tired.
Okay. But we're almost finishing the day. That's what it matters. So thank you so much for joining, guys. And for today, in order to start our class, we have a homework. Do you remember what was the homework?
No, coach.
Come on. Yes, you remember, guys. Okay, I will remind you about it. We are supposed to come today and talk about things that happened to you while you were in pandemic, okay? And you were supposed to use past continuous form, but we were supposed to use the structures we didn't use before. Remember, we now know new structures to be able to use the past continuous form. Like, for example, to express um, to express an action that interrupted another one, to show that there's a parallel action, or to even express two actions happening at the same time. So that's what we were supposed to do. Let me know if you need me to give you a few minutes to get ready. You let me know. Mm-hmm.
We need to use the same structure that we used in the last class. You the three topics.
That is
Parallel
correct.
actions.
That is
Okay.
correct. So we recently learned new uses for the past continuous. So we knew already.
You are on mute, coach. I think so. Hi, coach.
Coach, it appeared that you're connecting audio.
Yes, I was actually working on it. Can you hear me now? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Definitely yes, coach.
Thank you so much. All right, guys. Do you want me to give you like few minutes so you can start getting ready and start telling us about these situations that you went through while we were in pandemic or after pandemic? I don't know, but obviously we're gonna discuss the past. So you ready? Do you want me to give you just a couple of minutes? Do you want some minutes?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to, all right. I am going to give you a couple of minutes. I'm going to take you into an individual room so you can be alone and get ready. I will count exactly 2 minutes and then I'm going to take you back. Okay, so I'm going to open the app right now. Remember, you need to talk for at least 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes, and then we are going to come back. So let's get ready. It's open now, guys. So you can be alone and not being interrupted. Thank you for joining back, guys. I think I gave you few more, well, like 30 seconds more. So let me know if you're ready. Are
I
you?
need around 5 minutes more, coach.
No, you're not.
Okay,
Okay.
coach,
Okay.
I want to start with my examples and let me know, please, if that is wrong or it's okay. In the pandemic, I was studying English while I was working as a driver. And
Okay.
I got another example. I was looking for a new job when the pandemic started. And basically I have two of them. Let me know if that is okay
Yes.
or
Can you
doesn't
try?
tie to the topic that we're seeing.
Actually, they are perfect. They are all about what we're looking for. But the idea is that you can explain more about it. Like, for example, while I was I was working, I was working when the pandemic started, and I was required to do this, and this. I changed my job, I lost my job, or I decided to stay home only. I want you to try to give me an explanation. Not only the example itself, because that will be a bit basic, and you have a really good level. You are really good students. Your English level is great. So I want to take advantage of that. And I want you to speak in that way.
Oh, okay, coach. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I didn't get
Thank you.
that part. Okay.
No worries.
Um, actually, go ahead. You, what do you say? I'm sorry.
No, I wasn't saying
Okay.
anything.
Yeah, actually, in the pandemics, coach, I want to talk a little bit about my um how to say it, adventure. It's okay, right? And yeah, actually, I didn't like it studying English. That wasn't a good deal for me, but I was thinking about what I need to do to meet or to achieve my goals, my objectives, and actually, and was thinking about that, what I need to do or to to look for new job opportunities, because actually I already finished my bachelor as a business administration, and but I was working in something related with my experience or my career, but for some reasons I decided to leave of my job in that moment, and then the pandemic started, and was a little bit difficult to look for a new job for me. But I said, as I said, I was thinking what I need to do to get a new opportunities, because I was looking for a couple of jobs related with my job experience, but I couldn't. I couldn't find any job opportunity. I took some interview, but was a little bit difficult because they was requiring a little bit more experience. And in this case, in that situation, I said, okay, I need to do something different, okay, and I need to change my way, and I did it, and I started to study English to um to see in or to find a new chance. But and that is why at the beginning was a little bit difficult, because I thought that I couldn't learn English actually, and then once I started to study English, I got a new job opportunity, and was very good for me. I've I feel very excited, to be honest, coach. And my first interview was, I got I got a panic, and when in my first interviews, but actually that was what I did in pandemic.
All right. Thank you so much for your participation, Prince. That was great. Appreciate it. So can we get another volunteer right now. Remember, we just talking about past situations where we can apply the past continuous and the structures we just learned, okay? So let's see. Who's the next one? Uh-huh.
Again,
Thank you. Appreciate it.
well, when the pandemic began, I was working. I was working so hard because I was working with one project for a Ministry of Health, and it was my first big project with this organization. And when the pandemic began, all the hospital was needing the medical equipment, and I was working at home, but my boss calling me all the time, all day. And for example, when I was taking a shower, he called me. And when I was eating, he called me. I remember one time that he calling me about 4 a.m. because he was thinking about the logistics for a project and the price. And uh, I think this time was very stressful for me, but I was learning so much.
Oh, wow,
Agua.
Andra. All right, Andra. Thank you so much for sharing. I bet it was a hard time for you to manage your personal time with the office time. So thank you so much for sharing. Do I have another volunteer right now? Any other volunteer? Any other volunteer?
I can coach.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. You can start, Rebecca.
When the pandemic began, I was also working. I was working far from San Salvador. I used to work at Opico. I worked there for 4 years, and I always traveled from San Salvador to Opico daily, from Monday to Friday. When the government announced that we should be isolated, that we should stay at home, I was at work and they let us all go. When the government announced the lockdown, they sent us home, everyone, and I spent at home around 3 months when they called me back to work.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing that information with us. Appreciate it. Okay, so you see, you're now making use of past continuous, guys, and now you're applying also the new structures. Probably you know them already, but now you're able to identify when one is interrupting, when one is becoming a parallel one, or when you're describing two situations happening at the same time. So great job. All right, do I have another volunteer? I still have time for some volunteers. Another volunteer. We still have time. I see that you're very excited, guys, to do it. So it's okay. This is your time. I just want you to feel free to share. Any other
Teacher,
person?
me.
Okay, Laura, appreciate it. You
Teacher.
can start.
Well, I am environmental consultant and I work on the field. I don't work on, well, I work on an office, but a part of my job is also on the field,
Okay.
in the reef, for
Okay.
being more specific. And when the pandemic started, all the projects stopped. Stopped
Stop.
because we
Uh-huh.
can't stopped because we can't went out. Also, I was doing my thesis. It was difficult because I didn't know how I was going to do my thesis, and because I couldn't advance, I was taking courses on internet while while some of my friends were taking their classes because they still keep studying.
Ah, okay.
So I got involved in some projects that I can do from home. I had to adapt and work at home, and that's teacher. And when everything got normal, I went to the field, and that's it, teacher.
Wow, thank you so much, Laura. I appreciate it. That was great. Appreciate it. Okay, so that's your time while you were in pandemic, right? So totally acceptable that we are sharing these probably unexpected times. Thank you. I still have time for the last volunteer. Thank you so much. You can be the one. Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Well, when everyone were in pandemic, well, everyone activities have a big changes. For example, family, economics, interactions with people. We have to stay at home and care each other, and most important, or care ourselves. Well, in my job said to me that everyone had to work from home, and a lot of things happened. For example, I got frequently interrupted while I was working the computer. Also, I was working when suddenly my dog started to bark and wanted some attention, for example. Uh, well, while I was in a meeting, my parents called me almost every time because they want me to do something in the house. For example, wait for this, wait for that, do the laundry. Um, I remember that, but a lot of things happened. I remember one time that I had to went out because I work from an NGO, and I have to record um, and take pictures from donation that we have to do. So, well, I remember that I was using I don't know how to say this mascarilla, a mask, while I was taking photos or recording my cell phone. And that was very when the first time when I did that, my parents got scared, but um, I used to do it frequently in that time, and and I I think that I just can say that.
Wow. Okay. So as you see, guys, thank you so much, Guillermo. We have all gone through, let's say, different well, experiences while we were in pandemic, and that's perfectly normal. So, but the great thing about this is that we are applying the tenses that we know. Remember, they are not only for this topic, you can start using them in anyone that you consider important. So it's great. And I would like to get the last volunteer, okay? The last volunteer, who's going to be the one? Huh? Do we have one?
Hi.
Hi, Maria. You can start.
Okay. Just
Thank
give me
you.
a second, please. I'm sorry.
Sure. It's okay. We wait.
Okay. Okay. Back in the 80s, I was living in New York City, and suddenly I got promoted. Then I was getting used to the snow. Well, I got in an accident, in a car accident. Then I was enjoying my first days, my first days of snow, because I was and I got pretty impressive by the snow. But after a while, I got bored of too much snow.
You
You get tired.
You got tired.
Bored of having all days seeing, watching snowing, snow. So it's like at the beginning it's pretty excited, but after a while, you get sick and tired of keep watching all days snowing. Last night I was having dinner. I was having dinner while I was taking sequel classes. I got a phone call while I was driving. I was studying when I got tired and ready to go to sleep. That's about it.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, appreciate it. So guys, thank you. I know that you do a great job. I don't have doubts about your knowledge. It's just that I just took advantage of this time in a way that you can get a practice, okay? And get to see each of you the process of this. So thank you guys. We're going to continue. And before we move forward to unit, let me confirm. Okay, let me confirm unit. Okay, we're moving now to unit number 5. Oh, wow, guys, that's great. Okay, but this is what happened. If we're moving forward to unit number 5, that means that we are finishing the platform on unit number 4. That means also that once you finish unit number 4, which means which meant Wednesday, Monday, as I told you, there was a quiz that gets started, and that was for unit number 3 and 4. So if you happen to check those records, you'll be able to see them. Okay, it gets activated already. You'll see it there in the platform. And we will be just missing one, which is the writing one, and that's the last one. And also I'm going to do a speaking activity that I'm going to give you instructions at the very end, but right now let me just check. I'm going to see it very quickly so you know you're in the same page as I am. Okay, here are you guys. Okay, unit numbered. Okay, so I see that no one has done that one. Let me see. Oh, no. My bad. My sincerely sorry. 2 of you have done already the quiz for unit 3 and 4. So great job, guys. And for unit 1 and 2, I see that almost everyone completed. I see that it just a couple of you missing, but that's great. That means that you're going through, and that's fantastic. So just reminding you, once you have the chance to go to the platform, check this quiz. This is unit 3 and 4. And for next class, we are going to have an oral evaluation, which I'm going to give instructions later. An oral evaluation, and this one will be to complete the intermediate one, okay? So that will be all, and also the exam. So thank you so much, guys. If you have any doubts about this, please feel free to let me know, okay? Let me see. Yes, we're gonna start with this one today. So let me see. If you have questions, you can ask me. So guys, we're going to Only Time Will Tell. That's the name of our last unit for intermediate one. And for this one, we have we just have, for this class, we just have one objective. And this one is to be able to describe past, present, and future experiences with details. So this is what your oral evaluation will be about, okay? So let's start, guys, and let's start talking. This is part of the agenda we have. And to start with, guys, as the topic says, only time will tell. This one talks about things from the past that has come to the present, okay? And what I'm saying about that, guys, it's basically this kind of inventions. We're gonna get through all of this, okay? And we're gonna talk about this kind of inventions that were invented, okay? Again, were invented in the past, but they came to the present and they are moving to the future, but you know that in the future, they will be totally different to what we know now, okay? So do you have in mind any invention that you say like, wow, this is amazing now, but in the past, I wouldn't believe this would be the same. What is something that you think it's amazing now and that you think in the future, it will be the greatest thing in the world? Any example?
Special effects for a movie, CG, maybe.
All right. Okay. All right. That's great. That's one, right? Any other one that comes to your mind, guys?
Yeah, definitely, coach. And now I think that the artificial intelligence is something that is like is getting attention now because it's something that will be more better in the future. But now I think that is, yes, it's a good progress related with that because there are some the artificial intelligence are creating robots that can think like a human, right? They can do activities like a human do it, but it's so like strange because
Okay.
I don't
It's
like to
good.
think about that the robots will replace the humans in the future is something difficult, but could be
Okay.
happen in some
All
tasks.
right. All right. Very good, Freddy's. And I was about to ask you, so for you now, the AI is like the top one, right? But in the future, it kinds of a scary invention, right? But what about in
Yeah,
the past? What was in the past? What do you remember
in the past, I think that
for the AI?
for the AI, okay, I think that like in the past was like people didn't get the enough skill to develop a software that can handle this technology or that is actually I think that what happened in the past that the people didn't have the all the tools that they need to perform these type of researching or investigations. But I think that was the main reason. They didn't have the tools, the resources that they have now. And that is why they are developing more
Okay.
more advanced things, I think. That is
Okay,
why.
thank you. That was great, Freddy's. That was very good. So that was kind of the things, right? What about guys? In the past, I mean, in the present, we have the artificial intelligence. But in the past, there were robots, okay, that handle different things. And actually, guys, I know that you're really young, but I will invite you to watch a movie. This movie, I don't remember the name, but it's from Robin Williams, but he's dead. But the thing is that he was a robot and he became human, okay? Due to the technology, due to the future, he's able to become a human being. So I will invite you to see it. That's gonna be kind of crazy because it was from the past, but it was kind of related to the present that we have. Now, this is part of what we're going to be talking, guys. Thank you, Freddy. That example was great. Is there any
Okay,
other
no problem.
example? Okay. Is there any other example, guys, about an invention from the past that you see it in the present, but you have kind of an idea how will be in the future?
I have one.
Have another.
Thank you.
Until a few days ago, everybody was rejecting the unidentified flying object. Currently, the United States accepted that they exist. In the future, we will be dealing with them as another entity that will be surrounding us. That's it.
Wow, Maria, thank you so much for that. All right, so okay, probably they are not an invention, but they are part of the past, right? People
Right.
were in the past, they said no, they don't exist. People is crazy. No. You're making up that, right? But now we have proofs this is real, right, Maria? This is real, and in the future, as you said, we will probably be getting along with them. So thank you so much. Okay, so guys, this is what we're gonna be talking about today. I want you to talk about inventions, but we will transition then from the time where they were invented, so past, how are they now, how have they improved, and how you consider they will be in the future, okay? So I'm gonna show you some examples I brought to you, and I want you to tell me if you find any improvement, or you think, oh, no, that one is the same. It's exactly the same. But if you think as a different one, let me know. So the first one, it's the radio. Okay, this was invented back in 1921. Okay, and it actually looked like this. Okay, like this picture. Now, has it improved in the present? What do you think? Any
Well,
idea, guys?
it has a lot of changes. For example, now on days we listen radio the car.
Yes. Okay, so now it's online, right? You don't have to have like a physical thing that is specifically for that. So that can be on your phone, it can be on your card, and the computer, right? Very good, thank you. Any other idea, guys? How do you think it's gonna be in the future? How will this be impacted? Will we use the radio in the future or not longer?
I think many people in the present, like 2010 kids and that age didn't know the radio or use the radio yet, because I think for there it's like Apple Music or Spotify or something like that, but the radio, literally it's something that they don't use in her daily life.
Okay, thank you. So probably in the future, this is not gonna be used anymore, right? Probably, we don't know, but we are just using, I mean, we can talk about probabilities here and make use of will, right? It won't be used. That's what I think, but that's a probability, okay? So let's continue and let's see this one, guys. These are back tire used as swimming aids, and this was back in 1925. So do you think that they have improved in the present, or or are they the same? Mm-hmm. Are swimming aids better now, or do you think they are the same? What do you
Miss,
think, guys?
and this swimming aid is the same as the vest that we put on, the orange vest that we put on when we are in a lake or in a boat.
Yes, those. That is correct. But these are made of bike tires. So different materials, different to the ones you see in the lake when you go to a river. Yes, Diego, go ahead.
For me, it has the same principle, something that it can be uh, filled out with air.
Aha. All right, go ahead.
Only that.
Oh, okay, very good. So that's what it goes for, right? So they have changed and they have been improved. What do you think will happen in the future? Will we use them or we will not longer use them? Are we going to use technology to get into water? What do you think?
I I think they will stay for a while because it's not like everybody has the money to get technology to go underwater.
All right, thank you. Okay, very good. And what about this one, guys? What about the internet? So you're really young and probably you were to kinder and there you were using your cell phones with internet. But in the past, guys, like 60 years ago or even 20 years ago, people didn't have access to internet. Even it exists 20 years ago, but in El Salvador, it wasn't kind of common, all right? So let me see here. Oh my God. Okay. Guys, if I'm logged out from this class, please come back, okay? Because I see that someone is logging me out right now. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Sorry. So that's kind of strange. Okay. Okay, if you're logged out, guys, please come back, okay? I don't know what happened. I'm sincerely sorry. So, guys, we were saying about internet. So, when you were kids, did you use internet to go to school or to do your homeworks? Uh-huh.
No, coach. Actually, I was in the high school when the internet, when I saw something related with the internet. Even I didn't have an idea how to download music, and my classmates they knew it, how to do it, and even I have an idea how to do it, and I asked for help to navigate into internet, and even I didn't know how to search or how to investigate to do my homework, and actually I had like 18 years old when I started to use internet. It like was a little bit difficult for me to get access to internet. I remember that, yes, passed a long time and I still didn't have access to internet. And how, yeah, but was a little bit frustrated actually. You're on mute, coach.
Yes, I'm sorry. So that was the past, right? But in the present, so nowadays, is it better the use of internet for you? Like you think, wow, I can't live without this. Like you stay one day without internet and you're like, oh my God, I need to check. my social networks. I need to do the homework. Are you like that? I want to watch a movie. So do you think that you really need to use internet nowadays in the present?
Definitely we need it, coach.
Okay, and what do you think, guys, in general, not only to Freddy's, but what do you think about the future? And I see Guillermo's hands up too. So you can go ahead, boy.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, in my case, I experienced the change of technology from analog to digital. So for music, knowledge, everything. In the past, for example, we didn't have cell phones. Music, I remember that I used to listen music from a Walkman. Now I can listen music. You have to buy the cassettes. Then it changed for the CDs, CDs and the I don't know how to see the player. Well, internet for me was unreachable in my childhood, but I remember that we had to go to the library and buy some chromos. And when the computer comes, we have this CD from Microsoft that is called, the name was Encarta. And I remember that most of my homeworks from school, most information from my school, I took from Encarta, Cromos, and I have to put glue in, I have to cut the Cromos and put glue on it and paste it on my notebook. Well, for me, it's a lot of when I remember the past, I just remember everything changed. I have to use to the computer, see, but for me, it was nothing. I didn't have any problem with that. But
Wow.
for my parents, well, they don't used to from, they don't get used to with technology. Yeah.
All right, that's amazing. Thank you so much for participating. Boy, that was great. Appreciate it. Okay, I see someone else about to participate. No more? No? Okay. Okay, it's okay, guys. We're gonna see the last one, and I brought more, but I'm gonna give you some time for you to discuss. Now, let me show you the last one. This one, guys, I found it, and I didn't believe it was true, but it actually exists. And I brought it because I want you to think if this has been modified to something that you recognize in the present. Okay, so I'm reacting already. So this was called the revolver camera. So it was actually a revolver, but it was a camera. So this was mainly used for police officers, okay? But people, modify it, and they started to using like, okay, I can have a small camera for me. So do you relate this revolver camera to something in the present? Any kind of model that you said, oh, they got this model from this one? Any idea? No ideas?
The missiles,
What's that one?
los misiles, no sé cómo se dice.
Okay,
Rocket.
all right.
Rocket.
Yes, that was actually used like a gun, right? But it was also used as a camera. Now, if we relate these kind of small cameras to the present, what kind of camera comes to your mind about?
The camera that I used to in the vehicle, maybe.
Okay.
Right.
What about the GoPros ones? No? Maybe because they are small, really small, and you can take them everywhere?
the camera GoPro that I use and for the motorcycle drivers.
Okay, that's an example, right? Do you think in the future it will be different, guys?
Most likely will be a little bit more small, maybe, coach.
Okay, it will be smaller, right? Okay, very good. So these are some of the inventions I brought to you and how I consider they are going to be. I mean, how we will be seeing them. Now, we are going to continue, guys, but the next activity we're going to do right now is actually well, we're gonna work in couples and I want you to think about one invention, okay? This is gonna be in couples. Think about one invention and I want you to tell me how this invention went from the past to the present, okay? How are they now? And tell me like the pros and against for this specific invention. Like in the past was better, in the present is not that good, even though we are with more technology. Okay, I want you to discuss everything with the person you will be working with and come back, okay? For this activity, I will give you 4 minutes because I know that you will have to discuss but please discuss about this one, okay? And everyone will coming back and telling me about this. So we're gonna do it. Let me know if you have any question. Any question? No questions? Okay, so basically, guys, what you're going to do is finding out an invention, how it was in the past, how it's now, okay? Tell me what it's good from, what it was good from, okay? And that's all we're gonna be discussing. So let's start right now. I'll give you this time and I'm gonna take you into the breakout rooms. Let me know, guys, if you had questions, please. Okay, let me just get ready. Oh, wow. Okay, you were alone. All right, so I opened the breakout rooms. Let's go and let's try to find an invention, okay? Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. All right. You're coming back. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, are you able to tell me about the invention you just got?
I was with Andrea.
Thank you.
And what she mentioned was something pretty interesting that I didn't know. She was talking about the pace heart marcapasos. Excuse me.
Pacemaker.
Pacemaker. Thank you, Andrea. So she was talking about the pacemaker, and she said that that in the past it used to be a huge instrument that the doctors um, uh, put outside the body of the patient. And nowadays, as we know, they are really small. And, the minimum intervention is a surgery, a small surgery, and not a big deal. So it has evolved a lot.
Wow, it certainly did. Okay, thank you so much for that information. Well, we're learning new things. That's great. All right, do I have another volunteer? Well, everyone will participate. So who's the next one actually? Uh-huh. Any other one?
Hi.
Hi.
We were talking with Laura and Christian about storage devices, how they were like before we used diskettes that only can storage a little bit of megas, and now you have really tiny USBs that can storage a lot of gigabytes. You're muted, teacher.
I am, I'm sorry. All right, that was actually a good search that you did together. Thank you so much. Okay, anyone else? Do we have more volunteers right now? Yes, yes. Volunteers.
We talk about computers.
Ooh, okay.
Like when they created computers, it's like so many parts: screen, CPU, mouse, keyboard. And now in the present, you can put your computer in your backpack or in your back. And in other ways, like I have an iPad, and an iPad is a computer and an iPad. So you can have both, and it's been changed in so many forms.
Okay, thank you so much for that. That was great. Very good. Uh-huh. Is there any other one? Mm-hmm.
With Diego, we were talking about cars. Cars before in the past used to be very mechanic in the way that the parts were almost only the engine and maybe the wheels. And now they have computer, they have screens, they even have cameras for the backwards. And they have radios too. They have a lot of things now.
Oh, wow. That's great. Thank you so much for that. That was amazing. Okay, very good. Is there any other one? Do we have more volunteers? Uh-huh. No more?
Hi, Coach. Actually, I was talking with Linda about the computers. As she said, right, that the computers and the past were like bigger, right? And now the computer, the company has been changed many things, and the computer are better now, and uh, and you can do many things that you even couldn't think about it before. And I don't know if you remember that you need like a big space in your house to put the computer, because we're bigger the computer in the past. And definitely they have improved many things in the computers that you can use now for do many things, and you know, and definitely that is a good example to talk about in inventions, right? That has been improved during the years.
All right, very good one. That was great. Okay, very good job, guys. Do I have another volunteer? Uh-huh.
Well, you can, there is invention that is the thermo, and the thermo, I don't know how, but in the past, I think that you can't transport your a hot coffee in long places, or you can drink it, and you can drink it like in I don't know, wherever you want, wherever place where you are. So now that you can transport your hot coffee and drink it even in the car uh, with a thermo.
All right, very good one, guys. Okay. So this is what we're doing now. We're going through the process of checking just tenses, guys, and you have done a great job. You are now talking from the past, you're talking present tense, and you're even explaining to me about the future using probabilities, right? Because you don't know if this is going to be true, if this is going to really happen. These are just ideas we have in mind, and that's great. You're now explaining me how something goes in the present, what improvements it has, how has impacted the society, and all of that. That's great. We're going to continue, guys, but this time, let me know if you have any questions before we continue. No? Okay, all right. Okay, so if you don't have questions, let's go to the second activity. Now, we talk about past and we talk about how it is now. Right? Now, let's talk about the future. And as I said to you, let's move forward and let's see the future, how things are going to be. Now, as I said to you, when we are talking about this kind of inventions, we can use the simple future of will, okay? Where we can actually start to speculate, or even we can talk about probabilities, because we are not certain about the future, okay? Not even for tomorrow. So imagine the future or how the things are going to be. So we're going to do something right now. We're going to get like a kind of discussion, but I'm going to take you again to work with someone. I will take you to a different person so you can interact with others. And we will be talking about inventions in the future. Now, to be able to understand this topic or this activity, I want you to do something. I want you to see 3 inventions I'm going to show you right now. Okay, and I want you to tell me how they were invented. How are they now, and how do you think they will be in the future? So, for the refrigerator, guys, this was invented long time ago, okay? So, people in the past used just ice and water or other things to preserve food, right, for a long time. Now, they invented the refrigerator, which is fantastic, okay? And in the past, it was kind of great. But what about the present? What do you think about the refrigerators nowadays?
Well, I saw a refrigerator at Siman, but it also has a camera inside. So, so you can check before opening what you have inside, because they want to keep that I don't know how to say the what, sorry?
Oh, the coolness. They don't want the air go out, so they want to preserve everything cold.
Like the tradition that you open the refrigerator just to open to see inside what you have. So that's why they put a camera inside, and also it's like a top is like a tablet. So I don't know if you can have apps there or check on other things, but right now it has that. For me, it's really new. I don't know if I will use it or it will take away the tradition to open it just to only
Okay.
see the things you have inside. I don't know, but you can check it at Simano or any other retail store.
All right, that was great. Okay, so totally different, right? And how do you think they are going to be in the future, guys? So just with Diego's idea. So now they have a camera. I see in some movies where they can talk to them, they can have conversations, they can advise about a recipe, like how can you improve it? So you can interact with them. So how do you think they will be in the future? Any idea, guys? It's fine. I mean, it's acceptable. We're not saying this is going to happen. This is just what it comes to your mind. Uh-huh.
I
Something
saw,
go ahead.
sorry, I saw that already have a refrigerator that you can, the word is armarlo, like put it together like so many pieces, like you can have 2 refrigerator and 1 freeze, like cubes or blocks, that the refrigerator, it's not, I don't know how to explain. You can take 2 refrigerators, 1 freeze, 2 freeze, 1 refrigerator, and it's like
Based on your
columns.
needs, right?
It is like you confirm your refrigerator, and like your necessities. Like, I don't know it's where, but you can arm and you can change the color. The panel of the refrigerator is rose, purple, and you can buy like the colors for changing your refri. I don't know.
Wow, that's amazing. And now that's in the present. Wow, okay, so really good. Guillermo was about to say something. Guillermo, go ahead.
Well, well, maybe yes, but well, in the past, in the past, I don't know how they do it, but they couldn't make some ice. And now I don't know. They own the refrigerators. Now you can put the, I don't know how to say, the mold of the ice, but now you can the fridge just have this, I don't know, this pump, this water, this I don't know how to say it. They create their own ice. I don't know.
Okay, so that is correct, right? In the past, you were required to I think that you're talking about frosting your refrigerator. Is that what you're telling us?
Yes.
And nowadays
Yes.
they no longer need it, right? In the past, you were required to clean it, wait for defrosting, and then clean it, and then wait for that. But now they no longer do that. They don't frost. Is that what you're?
I was talking the ice cubes. The ice cubes.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You now
Okay.
the fridge makes their own ice cubes, and in the past we just put water on the recipients, and we
Okay.
have to wait until the ice cubes were done. I don't know.
That's great. Yeah, I got it. Sorry, I was going through a different thing, but yeah, you're right. Nowadays, they can do it in a faster way, right? Faster than it was in the past, and in higher amounts, right? To the ones we can do in the past. Very good one, Guillermo. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, so that's what we do. But what about, okay, we just talked about the past. We make like a comparison, right? Past and present. But what about the future? How do you think they are going to be? how will the refrigerator be?
In the future, I think that just you will need to talk to the refrigerator, and you will say that open the door or something like that, and just will open, and you won't need to grab the door even. And I think that will be transparent, and you will see everything that is in.
Like a vendor machine.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Like a vendor machine.
Like, you're right. Like a vendor machine or something like that. But it definitely will be totally different.
All right,
But
that's
you can
great.
see it now.
Okay, so
Also, I have seen some refrigerators that show you what is in there and when is the expiration date of the products.
gives you reminders. Okay, that's great. That's amazing. Okay, probably in the future, it will advise you too, right? It will tell you, look, Maria, this is already expired. Take it off, right? So that's great. Very good. Thank you. All right, guys, that's about refrigerators. In the past, guys, let's move to the second one because I want you to find an invention. It can be one like the ones we have here. You can talk about television, you can talk about computers, cell phones, okay? So I don't want you to look for any bigger, or if you want, yeah, you can do it. But right now, let's see paper currency. This is the second one. This was actually, I mean, as you know, money has changed from time to time, right? In the past, there was a kind of exchange with items, with stuff like salt, and it depends on the area that you live from the world. Now, back in, let me see, I think that 12th century, paper became like something everyone started using, and this started in China. Okay, so we started having paper currency, okay, what we have now. But tell me, how has this improved in the present? Do we all use paper currency, guys, or do you use any other way?
Now I think since the pandemic, maybe we have changed to a more electronic way of paying. We don't use money anymore. Well, at least I don't do it. And I think it started before with the credit cards. That's one. And the second one is the electronic money, the transferences, the e-banking. Many people doesn't have paper money in their wallets anymore.
Okay, you have just your bank account, right? That's the only thing you have there, and that's it. That's it. I'm not gonna be using papers anymore, but that's in the present. Imagine now if I want to pay something, I won't go to the bank and I won't do big lanes to be able to pay. I just do it online. Okay, I do it from home. I do it from the class, maybe. Okay, oh, I forget to pay this. Okay, you're doing it, right? Immediately. But how do you think it's going to be in the future? Money. What do you think?
I saw a notice that in the future maybe we can't use like paper currency like for law. Like we can, we have, but we can like just credit card or digital money, but maybe we would not use it. Like now I crypto and all that, the currency and the coins. But in my respect, I think the coins like crypto, I just learned about investors and Latin funds. It's different people in our country, like it's a legal coin, but I think we can like transactional things in the coins, like money, like dollar, like euro or like that. but maybe we cannot pay like $4 as in physically.
Okay, very good one. So that's that's what we actually have, right? Okay, that's great. Very good. So it's changing, okay? It doesn't get stuck in one way. I mean, Rebecca said, okay, in pandemic, she said, but now we just finished pandemic and we're using a different way. So this is evolving, right? It's going on and on. So what do you think about the future? I saw a news where a woman has a chip on her hand and she doesn't longer need to pay in the supermarket with the phone or her watch, but she just put her hand and it scans her hand. So that's part of the future. So we will be able to have a chip on our hands. But what do you think about money, guys? So how money will be in the future? Based on what you are speculating. Remember, this is not something that will happen, but what you think it's going to be. Or if you have seen any news, you can tell me too. Any idea?
Teacher, I read a book where people have a cut in their skin, and this was their account, and to carry all transaction with this.
Oh my goodness. All right. Okay. So do you think this is going to happen in the future?
I don't know, but but maybe.
Yeah, right. Probably this is going to be part of the future. Okay, I'm gonna stop right here because I need to give you instructions for the oral evaluation. I see that we have still 2 minutes and I want to explain. Guys, we are going to get this oral evaluation and I will do it based on this topic, okay? Inventions. So this is gonna give you a big chance to find a topic you wish to talk about, but you're going to be required to answer some questions to yourself. For example, you will be telling us things about this, who invented, when was it invented, how did it work? But that's the past. What about the present? How does it work? Okay, now, what changes have been made from the past to the present? And I want for the future, that's past, simple past, and also simple present. But for the future, I want your speculations. Okay, I want you to make yourself will, and you can talk about probabilities. That's all I want. Okay. Okay, I want you to describe it in a way that you can tell us, look, this was a product, it was invented by this person in this year, this is how it worked, this is how it works now, and you can compare as you have done today. And also I want you to tell me how will it be in the future. Okay, is it clear? Yes. Okay, now some, I didn't want it, well, I'm gonna write the questions here, but I don't want you to answer the questions one by one to me, like, okay, how was it invented? Then, and you start talking. I just want you to answer these questions for yourself and create it and then show it, okay? Explain it like a regular conversation. You don't have to answer one by one. Give the order that you require. This is just for you to get an idea. Let me see. Let me send it to you. Okay, so those are the 5 questions for you to have an idea what to answer and how to proceed. And if you need to bring a presentation, that's great. You can bring it, guys, and you remember that this is your class, so you will have access to use the slides. You can present anything that you need. Okay, so that's going to be our oral evaluation to complete the intermediate one. remember that once we finish this unit, we will be having a test in the platform. So make sure that you're working in the 3 and 4 one, and that will be all. Do you have any question before we go? Questions?
Yes, sorry, maybe I missed it, but when is it due?
Oh, yes, thank you. This is gonna be for next class, okay? So since we don't see every day, you will have like chance to find the invention, and that will be Friday, I believe. Friday, we're gonna have this evaluation. You shouldn't take longer than 3 minutes, okay? The minimum time is 3, the maximum 4. 3 to 4 is the length. I see Diego's hand. Go ahead.
Yes, I just want to confirm that
Sure.
we need to have a 3 minute speech about an invention, any kind of invention.
Oh, the one that catches your attention, like, oh wow, I want to talk about this one. Okay, I brought this one, which is very easy. I mean, the other ones I show you, they were just for you to compare past and present, but this one allowed you to compare past, present, and future. So you can talk about any invention that you consider has improved the life of everyone, okay? That's any topic. And please bring, as I said, you can bring in a slide so everyone can see it, everyone can have an idea about what you're talking about. Any other question?
I do.
Yes, Maria.
You said that you were going to give a guideline how we were going to elaborate on the topic. And I only saw a question that why it was invented. I don't know if you were going to provide more guidelines.
I don't want to give you like a structured, as I said, I don't want you to answer these questions exactly as I'm telling you, because I want this to be open for you. So talk about when was this invented, like what year, who did it, okay? Where was it invented, who did it, how did it work, okay? So that's all you need to tell us from the past. And then in the present, you can make a comparison as we did with the other inventions, right? You can compare, look, in the past, you couldn't do this, but nowadays we have this option. As you were saying, guys, you were saying about the refrigerator. Okay, since we like to open the door, you don't no longer need it because you can see the screen. It has a camera on, right? So you have that experience. And then you can move to the future and tell us how will it be in the future. But this future, guys, it's just a speculation or a probability. So this is not something that we said, oh yes, it's going to happen. So this is just your idea how this is going to be, or if you find information on the internet, you can bring it. That's fine. Does that answer your question, Maria?
Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you so much for asking. I appreciate it. Okay, guys, if you don't have more questions, I will let you go and I'll see you on Friday so we can have this last evaluation for the intermediate one, okay? So that's all for today. We're gonna finish unit 5 on Friday and also having the presentations. So thank you again for joining and I'll see you next class. Stay safe, guys. Bye-bye. Stay safe, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.